Hey, everybody. Hey, Miss Victoria. Hey, Louise and Charlene and Kristen, and hopefully, can y'all hear me? Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes? Yay! Welcome, everybody. I'm so happy to see you. I see a lot of people here. Hopefully, y'all have liked the video already. Hey, Lakeisha. Heart is still beating fast. Hey, y'all. Oh gosh, I don't even know when was the last time I went live. When was the last time? Was it with Peter? Maybe it was after that. I don't remember. But I am very happy to see everybody. And you know, we like to start on time. Thank you, Erica. Happy Kwanzaa. Tabitha. Hey, precious pieces. And Lisa and Deborah and Linda and Vicky. Hey, from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We drove through there and we went to the caverns. Hey, V. Oh, thank you, Erica. I appreciate that. Hey, Kelly. Oh, is there an echo? Oh my goodness. Hey, Wanda. Do y'all have an echo? Do y'all hear an echo? Yes. Let me see what I can do. Let me try to fix it. Okay. Hello. I can hear. I'm sure if I talk, there's going to be an echo. There's an echo. And I don't know how to turn it off. Let me try one more thing. But there's an echo. I hear it. I hear the echo. Y'all don't hear an echo? Y'all are just being nice. I hear the echo. You don't hear an echo? Okay. I'll just keep hearing myself twice. It's not. Everything says mute, 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 mute. Do y'all see why I don't go live? Because of this. I'd rather just take 5 hours to make a video and just keep moving the phone and the camera. I just can't. It's too much. Because I have no idea why it's doing this. Let me see. I hear it. I don't know how to turn it off. Is that? I quit. Wow. Can you hear me? It's not. This ain't even connect. I ain't fancy like that. I quit. I quit. Go learn from somebody more competent. Go learn from somebody more competent. You don't need this kind of drama in your life. You don't need to go into 2023 with this. You worked hard all 2022 and now here you are with me. Have mercy. Wait. It's okay. Okay, look. It worked before you broke it. That's why. This is why. Lakeisha, where's Lakeisha? This is why. This is why. Anyway, let's try to get through this before something else breaks. Because I can't handle another thing. I cannot. Okay? I'm trying to live to 2023. Okay? Because all of this stuff about to go out the window. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Here's our goal. To learn how to use heat transfer vinyl to make a shirt. Dimps. Until today, the numbers are going to start dwindling. Feel like I was trying to follow that girl, but nah, that ain't it. Oh, Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me. And let me go ahead and apologize for anything else. Am I even looking at the right camera? I'm going to look right here. Let me go ahead and apologize right now for anything else that may happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anything that might happen. I'm sorry if the dog barks. I'm sorry if the doorbell rings. I'm sorry if my nephew is allowed on the game. I'm sorry if Madison's washing her hair and the water is hot. I'm sorry for anything that might happen. If there might be tunnel talk, if the camera turns sideways, I'm sorry already. Okay? Okay? So there's that. Okay? Have mercy. I'm looking at the right place. Okay, good. I'm just keep looking at this little thing right here. Okay, so we have our goal. Hello, everybody. I am so glad you're here. And I hope you accept my apology. And we are going to try to get through this. I try my best to be ready, on time, set up with everything so I don't waste your time. But I wasted 7 minutes of your life that you cannot get back. Okay, so there's that. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have our goal. The next thing we're going to do, well, the first thing we're going to do is gather our materials. So if I was making a shirt, and this is for people who are brand new, this is for people who are experienced, this is pretty much really for everybody. When I first got started crafting, I did not realize how much it took to make a shirt. I did not realize it, because you would see somebody wearing a shirt and you just think, oh, I just need some vinyl in the shirt. Well, no, it's not that simple, right? Because if you just got a Cricut this year, or if you got one recently and you've just gotten the courage to open it up, you know that it's not as simple as people make it look, right? It's going to take some time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. It takes material. So let's go through the materials first. And I kind of have a checklist that I'm just following as I go, because I'm telling you, I try to be prepared for this, but I'm never prepared for this. I'm never, all this equipment right here, you know how people say stay in your lane? Like, this is not in my lane. This is HOV. This is the HOV lane, this right here. And I'm a single driver. So this is not my lane. So whenever I'm in this lane, it's illegal. It's illegal. Okay. There's that. Okay. All right. So materials. If you're making a t-shirt, no matter, Victoria Madison, look, I know you feel me and I know you love me. I know you do. Milo for president, not. Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah, it does just plain lane. Transfer tape, printable vinyl. You don't need any. You don't need any transfer tape when you're using printable vinyl. That's a good question. So let me tell you about shirts first. Because I don't do sales really, I really don't. There are really two people in this world that I don't mind selling to. And that's because they know that it's going to take some time, and they kind of just know how I work. But I really don't prefer to do sales. I really just prefer to just teach here on YouTube. Sales, I just learned like right at the beginning that sales are just not for me. Some people love to do sales. They love to do designs. They love to do, everything that goes into making a sale. Like, oh, I want it to be bigger. I want it to be smaller. Put the image on here. But I don't want to do any of that. That does not appeal to me in any way. So sales are not my thing. So I don't buy shirts in bulk. So if your question is, where do you buy shirts in bulk? I don't. I typically will buy maybe 5 shirts at a time, and I'll get them locally. So there's a local store here in Houston that I'll get shirts from. Sometimes I'll get them from Hobby Lobby. I'll get them from Michael's if they are on sale. But I don't buy anything in bulk except paper towels and toilet tissue. It's just the truth. We don't buy in bulk here. We don't. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so shirts. This is just a Gildan heavy cotton shirt. And I bought it locally. So this is what I'm using. I'm also going to use, I'm just telling y'all the truth, this gray shirt right here, because I don't have any gray shirts. I've never made a gray shirt have I? I made the Astro shirt in gray, but I haven't ever put this design on a gray shirt. I do buy water in bulk. That's true. We buy 4 cases every time we go to Sam's. I'm going to use these 2 shirts right here, and these are cotton. Now, somebody might ask, can you do this on polyester? Yes. Can you do it on a poly blend? Yes. Typically, when I'm just using heat transfer vinyl, this is just me. This is just, and everything I'm going to say today right now is what I do. It doesn't mean it's the right way, it's the perfect way, it's the best way. It is just the way I do it. Do I prefer gilding? I like gilding because I think it's reasonably priced, but I also like Hanes. And I know Walmart sells the Hanes brand. So sometimes I'll get those because they have them in the men's department. I do love black shirts. I do. Now, I stepped outside the box for this, but I do prefer black shirts because, oh, thank you, Mel. You're not late. Whatever time you get here is the time. Don't you wish that philosophy worked at work? Be like, I know it's 9 o'clock, but aren't y'all glad to see me? It probably won't work, but that's what I would love to say. Okay. It won't work. Okay, so shirts. I hope I answered your question about shirts. Now, I hope y'all have hit the like button. I cannot see how many likes there are, but if you just close the chat, click like, and then come right back, that would be amazing. I would appreciate that. So shirts, you're going to need vinyl. The vinyl that I prefer is Siser. I used to pronounce it Siser when I first got started. And then someone said, Delonda, it's Caesar, like a Caesar salad. And I was like, well, thank you so much. So it's Caesar. That's the kind I prefer. The reason why I prefer Caesar is because it is a hot or cold peel. What do I mean by that? That means after I press it on my heat press, I don't have to wait for it to cool down before I can remove the backing. I can wait for it to cool down or not, and it's going to be okay. I like it for that reason. I also like it because it weeds nicely. I like it because when you are layering vinyl, like if you're using multiple layers and multiple colors, you only have to press it for a few seconds to get it tacked down. I really do love that. There are other brands that are okay. I do like Starcraft Soft Flex, but my number one preference of vinyl is Caesar. I purchase a lot of vinyl from 143 Vinyl. The reason why I purchase vinyl from them is, well, one, because I get a discount. That discounts always matter. Two, because they have excellent, fantastic, super friendly customer service. Like, I just don't think you can beat their customer service. And customer service is important to me. Customer service is very, very important to me. I want to be able to talk to a person if something goes wrong, and I like them. They stand behind their stuff. HTV Run is good too. I have used some of their vinyl sometimes, and this is just my opinion. Sometimes it's hard to pull it away from the backing. That's been my experience, but I love Caesar. So in this tutorial today, I'm going to do it in two ways. I'm going to use glitter vinyl just to help you if you are new to this. And I'm also going to just use regular Caesar. Now, this is not my handwriting. This is actually Morgan's handwriting. And this is not a color you will ever see me wear, but I'm going to make a shirt with this color because it was already cut. And I also wanted you to see how I label my vinyl after it's been cut. Okay. So, hi, Twinkie G. So, after I cut my vinyl, if it's still long enough to roll it, I roll it, and then I'll just write down the brand and I'll put a piece of tape on it. Okay. And I'm sure, you'll have your way of doing it. Now, for all of my experienced crafters, hi, Nini. This tutorial might not be fun for you because I'm going to go slow, and I am going to make sure that anybody who's never made a shirt is able to make a shirt when they leave here. Okay. 800 Queen. Okay. Watching from Florida. Okay. We just came back from there. Like 2 weeks ago, my sister celebrated her birthday. Now, I'm not one who does it big on birthdays, especially like random numbers. Like, she just turned 43. She had a big party like she turned 50. There were a lot of people. I was like, wow, okay, good. So you're going to need a shirt. Going to need vinyl, specifically heat transfer vinyl. You might be asking, what is the difference between heat transfer vinyl and adhesive vinyl? Heat transfer vinyl requires a heat source, and it's for fabric. You would use it for fabric. So if you see something that's called iron-on vinyl or everyday iron-on, that's the Cricut brand. They refer to their vinyl as everyday iron-on. It is the exact same thing as heat transfer vinyl. I think Paper Studio refers to theirs as, let me look at it. Oh, Paper Studio refers to theirs as solid iron-on. Same thing, okay? Anything where it says iron, you know you're going to need a heat source, okay? 68 thumbs up. Oh, no. I hope Tracy has her, she don't have on her good glasses. Y'all, please don't mind me. Let me just be great for 2 seconds, okay? Hey, Samantha. Okay, 200. Okay, she said refresh. We're doing good with 200. Okay, so we have our shirt. We have our vinyl. We're going to need a cutting machine. Now, you don't have to use a Cricut. The only cutting machines that I have are Cricut. So, you know, you might have a different cutting machine, but the machines that I'll be referring to is a Cricut cutting machine. You're going to need a cutting mat. This is the Cricut brand. And if you saw my post on my community tab today, you probably noticed that I said just because you're using a Cricut doesn't mean you have to use Cricut products. Now, I do have a lot of Cricut mats, but I also have a lot of other brands of mats. Sometimes I'll use HTV Rond. I also like Nakapa mats. I will use any mat, or I will purchase any mat that's on sale, because they are all the same size and they all do the same thing. I buy what's on sale and what's compatible. Okay. So like this is a Cricut mat. Let me show you what a HTV Ront mat looks like. Let's see if I have one right here. Let me see if I can grab one. Let me see if I can grab one. Oh, here's a Nakapa. So here's a Nakapa mat. And what I do is I keep my mats, you know, covered. And I also I'll label them with the little cutie, and I'll say like which cover this mat, which mat this cover goes with. Oh yeah, I agree. Kristen, the Paper Studio ones are very, very sticky. So you don't have to use the Cricut brand. You can get whatever is on sale, because guess what? They are all the same size and they all do the same thing. Okay. So hopefully that helps. All right. You're going to need a weeding tool. You can use the Cricut weeding tools. I'm going to be using a pin weeding tool. This is just a matter of when you know. Some people love these. Some people hate them. I'm one of the ones who loves them. So this is what it looks like. I wish I could show you. Oh, I don't know if you can see the tip of it. You probably can't. I don't know how to make it clearer, but the tip of it is very, very small and pointy. I get these from 143 Vinyl. They have a lifetime warranty. So if anything ever happens, if you're using it and the little pointy piece breaks, they will send you another one, because they'll know that you bought it, because they can look at your order history. Okay, so you need a weeding tool. You will need a device. So I personally typically use my laptop or a desktop. I am not one of those crafters who crafts from my phone, because I have to be able to see it. I'm a woman of a certain age, okay? I know my skin looks really, really good, but I'm old and I need to be able to see. So looking at a phone to be telling what size was that? Where is this? I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that, okay? So I have to be able to see it. So no. I have to have it on I need to be able to see the whole thing, the whole screen at one time. Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. The pen, paper towel, so it's true. It's true. You see, Sonia, you probably don't craft from your phone either. That's for the youngsters. That's for 20 and under. I have to be able to see it. So now there are people who love to, they were like, oh, Delonda, I'm using my phone and I couldn't see. Ma'am, I can't help you. Jennifer Maker, y'all gonna make me cry. Do y'all see that Jennifer Maker is here? Hopefully maybe that's not real. Maybe that's not real. Maybe that's not real. That's not real. Maybe that's not real. Maybe it's not real. Maybe that's somebody who hacked. Maybe that's not real. Maybe that's not real. I'm going to keep going because I'll cry, and I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry on these people's internet. You think it's real? Okay. Okay, let me keep going because I'll be thrown off. So when I'm saying a device, you need a device. You need a laptop or a desktop. You cannot use a Chromebook. So if you purchased a Chromebook, she say, ask a question. Thank you so much. Wow. 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 You cannot use a Chromebook. So if you purchase a Chromebook to use with Cricut Design Space, unfortunately, you're going to have to get a different device because that won't work. Okay. So y'all trying to, let me drink another sip because I can't handle it. Wow. Wow. Okay. So you need a device that is compatible with Cricut Design. Now you can use a phone, you can use an Android or an Apple device. You don't even know. I'm gonna cry when I get off of here. And Jennifer Maker, I don't know if you saw the movie Friday, but when that guy got knocked out, he said he was gonna go cry in the car. So as soon as we finish this, I'm gonna go cry downstairs. Okay, so there's that, because I am going to cry, but I'm trying to get through this for these people because I don't want to throw y'all off because I'm thrown off. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now we have our materials, right? Then that was a lot. So if somebody's, and think about this, if you are thinking about going into sales, right? If you're thinking sales and you have decided, you know what, I bought this Cricut machine, I want to go into sales, I want to make t-shirts. Think about the market for t-shirts, right? Anybody can make a t-shirt. It's a very saturated market. You want to make sure that what you are making is going to stand out, right? And you also want to make sure that people understand that making a t-shirt is not just, I'm going to put some vinyl on the shirt and iron it. It takes time, it takes thought, it takes effort, it takes practice, it takes materials. So make sure you understand that and make sure your customers understand that too, okay? So just be aware of that. All right, so now we have all of our materials. We have all of our materials. Next, let's look at choosing a design. Now, when I did the little, reminder video for this live, one thing I said is that I would be using this design right here. Now, I have made this design on a lot of shirts. I have put this on a lot of shirts. Now, because I'm not a designer, right? I don't really do designs. I can see something and put it together in my way, but I'm not doing it with the intent to sell it. I'm doing it with the intent for you to go sell it because I don't care about it like that, right? So just to give you ideas. But anyway, I purchased this design from Design Bundles, and I use it a lot because it's true. Like it really is my therapy, and it really is therapy for a lot of people, not just Cricut but crafting in general. Some people sew, some people knit, some people crochet. My daughter apparently crochets, and I didn't know she knew how to do that, but she does. I was like, dang, girl, where did you learn it? But I just love it. And I have put it on a lot of shirts in a lot of different ways. This is just regular vinyl. This is just regular black heat transfer vinyl. This is infusible ink, which I also love. I love infusible ink. So if you haven't gotten started with sublimation, infusible ink is really the way to go. Like, it will help you get started. It will help you get good practice. It's really a good source of getting a vibrant image, having the ink that's in the fabric. So with infusible ink, the ink is in there, right? It's not on there. It's actually in the fabric, and you're going to get a good result with it. Now, this is a 95% polyester shirt, so you take that into consideration. One thing I did not mention before we move on to the image, you're going to need a heat source. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Softflex, it's just a brand. And the one thing I like about the Softflex is that it really is soft. It's super, super soft. It almost feels like it's not there. So, thank you, AK Newman. All right, let's talk about heat sources before we move on to finding the image. So when I first got started, and if you know my story, you know that I did not purchase a Cricut for myself. I purchased the machines for my daughters, and then they were just like, they were not interested at all. And I was like, oh man. So it was too late to return it. And then I realized, okay, well, I'm just going to learn how to use it. Well, you know, the Cricut doesn't come with like, oh, here's a user's manual. So when you get ready to make a shirt, it doesn't, there's in that box, it's going to give you some ideas, but it's not going to come with like a manual, like first you do this, second, it doesn't work that way. Now you can find videos online, and they have videos on their page, on their site, but in the box, it's just a machine. So I didn't know anything about a heat press. I had never heard of a heat press. I didn't know anything about it. So when I first got started, I was using an iron, right? I used an iron. Another thing about Siser is that you can use a household iron. And if you've downloaded the guide that I linked below this video, I linked it so you can download it. It tells you how to press their vinyl using a household iron. Okay, so don't ever feel like you have to have a big heat press or you have to have an easy press, because you don't. So when I first started learning how to use it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to add heat. Like, I gotta add heat to this. All we had was an iron. So when you're using an iron, you know, you're gonna make sure you don't have any water in the iron, and that you use it on the cotton setting. Now, then after I had an iron, the next thing I did was, thank you, Elevate. I moved to a easy press. Let me show you. I'm going to cry in the car. I'm going to cry in the car. I'm going to, oh, sorry. Okay. So after I had an iron for a while, then I was like, oh man, because with an iron, you guys, you got to really press. Like, you have to press that stuff, right? So, and most of the time your design is going to be bigger than this, right? Think about this. If I'm making a shirt, I got to press all around the design. I got to really like press and like hold it, especially if I'm using glitter vinyl. So after I had an iron for a while, I moved to an easy press. This is a good starter heat source. It's a good starter. I used this for about, I want to say 7 months. And then I realized, you're going to get hematite. Then I realized that this was not getting it for me. Now, the Easy Press is a good option. I know they have them on sale for like $99. You're going to get good heat. You're going to get even heat. But keep in mind, with an easy press, all of the pressure comes from you. So if you're not good about getting even pressure, and if you saw the last video I did not get good even pressure in the middle of that shirt. So with an easy press, you're going to put it on a, solid surface, and you really got to press. And yeah, and look, Kristen, that was something else I didn't know at the beginning. I'm telling y'all everything that I wish I had known at the beginning. So an easy press is a nice way to start. However, I outgrew the easy press after about 7 months. Then I moved to a swing away heat press, and that swing away heat press was good, but it took up a lot of my space. So like that table right there, that area, that's where I actually do my crafting. And when I would have the swing away on that table, it wasn't enough space for me. So the next press I got was that StarCraft. I love that heat press. I use that one the most because, it's high up enough. It's a 15 by 15. I use that one. I prefer that one. Now that stand that it's on, it didn't come with that. My husband built that for me out of one of those crates that you find in Michael's, Walmart, those places. Why no ironing board? It's not stable enough. Okay. Something we post next. So yes, Lily, it'll replay. You can go back and replay it once it's over. All right, so we have everything. We're ready to look at the design. I'm going to show you how I'm going to download the design. I'm going to extract it. I'm going to go through the full thing. And then we're also going to look at fonts. Do we have any questions before I go to that? Woo! Auto press in Bermuda. If I was in Bermuda, I don't know if I'd be crafting. I'd just be living my life. You first to swing away. Person who was holding back and opening. Why, Christina? Why are you holding back? I don't use it under my sublimation, because I really do all my pressing on that. But when I'm not pressing on that, like when I press those wine bags, I did use it. Hey, Miss Spanky. Thank you, hon. Why? I'm going to Christina. Any advice for a person? Why are you holding back? Scared? Let me show you something, Christina. Let me get it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find Christina. Oh, I threw it away. Oh, Christina, I threw it away. I thought I still had my box. I used to keep it. My advice, Christina, if it were me and I was starting over, because I didn't buy these machines for myself. Well, the second one, my husband bought it for me, but my advice is to just open it. Even if you don't take it out of the box, like maybe today you just open the box and just see what's in there. And then tomorrow, take it out. Like, start small. Don't feel like you have to rush into doing everything, because that can be overwhelming and it can be scary. So like, think about when you're learning how to ride a bike. You don't just jump on and start riding. You start with training wheels. And even with the training wheels, somebody is like close by you to make sure you don't fall. So My advice is to just open the box. Don't even focus on taking it out. Just open it and see what's in it. And then tomorrow, if you feel like it, if you feel up to it, tomorrow take it out of the box. And then once you take it out, like, do everything in steps. That's how I felt about skiing. It didn't go well. Christina, it did not go well, but I tried it. I never made it past the bunny slopes, but I gave it the what? Good old college try. Everybody else was going up the thing. Not me. Not me. But I tried. I tried. Because we paid all that money to go to Colorado. I had to make use of my money. You bought it. You bought the machine. Give it a try. You might surprise yourself. We might be watching you on a YouTube channel one day. We never know. I felt that way about the sublimation printer. When I bought the sublimation printer, I had it for like maybe 2 or 3 months. And people kept saying, Delonda, when are you going to get started in sublimation? I was like, girl, never. I just bought it because everybody else had one. And then somebody walked me through it. And the rest, as they say, is, you know what, history. Okay. We okay? Dawn, you can ski? I never made it. I never made it up the thing. I never made it. I tried, but I never got to the where you ride the thing up to come down. I never made it. But there's that. Okay. So are we ready? Let me stop sharing that and let me go to the website. All right. Chrome tab. Okay, let me hide that and go to, let me go to this maybe. Okay. Oh, wow. The shirt I'm wearing, I got it from Hobby Lobby. Let me go back. If you calibrate your Explorer 3 and you still use it regularly, or once you calibrate, it's only use a Cricut for heat transfer vinyl. Well, when you calibrate, really is primarily for print then cut. It's going to help you get a more accurate cut. So you really wouldn't need to calibrate it for using just regular heat transfer vinyl. Your paper keeps jamming. Tamika, I only keep one sheet of paper in mine at a time. I don't keep a stack. Thank you, Patrina. I appreciate that. Okay. Here we are at wordmark.it. Wordmark.it. That's actually the website. Thank you, Hope. I appreciate that. So before I was here, and I know y'all can't see me, but let me see if I could, let me do this. How about this? No, that's not good. I don't really like that view. Let's stick with this one. All right. I know you can't see me, but I can see your comments. Before I was using this website, I used to actually find the fonts that I liked and I would print them out and I kept them in a little notebook. And then I was like, you know what? This is not working for me. So when I found out about this website, thank you, Catherine. I fell in love with it. So let me show you how to use it. It's free. And you can see right here where it says log in. I'm not logged in. And it says there's a pro account option. I don't have a pro account. I don't have any account. I'm just using this just from the web. So if I type in Hi, Crafty Kathy. I like that. If I type in, like, just click right here where it says enter a word or phrase. Let's say I type my name. Well, let me really try to do that. Let me try to do that. Okay. And then I hit enter. What this is going to do is it's going to show me all fonts that are downloaded and installed on my computer, and it's going to show me my name and all of the options available. So if I hit enter, it's going to show me like all of these options, and I can kind of just go through here and scroll and look to see which ones, really stand out to me. Now, one question I get asked a lot, and that's probably an exaggeration, but one question I get asked often is, what is a good font to use on a t-shirt? And my general rule of thumb is your font on a t-shirt should be big enough for somebody to read it without them having to come up close to you to figure out what your shirt says. They should be able to see it from a distance. They should not have to come up close. So typically, if I'm using something on a shirt, any text on a shirt, I'm going to use something bold. I'm going to use like something standard. And even if I'm using a script font, it's going to be big enough for you to see it without you having to come up close to me. Okay, so I'm looking at these fonts. Like I see this one right here, Alameda, that stands out to me. So I would click on it. See right, this one right here that says Andrila or whatever. That's probably not a good font where I'm hovering right there. That's not a good font for a t-shirt. That might be nice for a water bottle, right? This one right here, Alicia script, that's also something that wouldn't be good. This one right here, where I'm clicking and unclicking, that's not a good font for a shirt. So you want something that's big and bold. Now this Becca brush, this is one of those distressed fonts, right? And the last time I tried to weed a distressed font, the font wasn't the only thing that was distressed. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, we were both distressed, the font and me. Okay, I was distressed, the font was distressed. Okay. So I would keep looking, but you might like it. It's not for me. This Bernard is nice. It's a good standard font. Big Yummy is nice. I'm not sure what that is. Broadway is nice. CC Up and Away. I know I got that one from Creative Fabrica. Cherry Blossom. I like that. Christmas cards. Even this one right here that's called Chocolate. I like that. Even though it's a script font, it's still bold. I like it. I like this one that's called Closer. I like College. So you see where I'm going with this? If I'm looking for something to put on a shirt, I'm not going to go with any of these, that are too I'm using air quotes, scripty or too curvy, too curly. I'm not going to use any of that because that will not serve me well, right? Because somebody might, I was just trying to read your shirt and now I've had to use defense tactics. Somebody was just trying to read my shirt, right? So no, Maid Tommy is a good one. Maid Tommy is one of my favorites. Okay, so after I've gone through and looked at all of these fonts, now these are only fonts that are installed on my computer. These are not Cricut fonts. These have nothing to do with Cricut Design Space or Cricut Access. These are just fonts that I have personally installed or that have, that came with the computer. Okay. So make sure you understand that. So after I've gone through and I've looked at them, the next thing I would do is I would go right here where it says filter selected fonts. And then I would go through and I would make a decision about which one of these do I really like? Which one of these do I want to use in my design? A lot of times I'll stick with impact or I'll stick with Made Tommy. Okay, especially if I'm doing something like that love shirt, the shirt with my daughters and I on it. I think I used either Impact or Made Tommy for that design because it's big and bold and it was perfect for what I was using. Okay, let me make sure I don't have any questions so far. Oh, good. Well, if you made a rhinestone template, you're doing good. The name of this wordmark.it. Canva is good. And you know what? You can upload these fonts into Canva too. Okay. Wordmark.it. How are we doing? Okay. Are we okay right here? Made Tommy is on the font. So if I were to go, let me see if it'll show up to defont.com. This is a free website where you can download fonts. Now, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's important to also say a little bit about this website because I want you to use it responsibly. When you're looking at fonts on wordmark.it, all of them are free. And I'm using, oh, Catherine, I'm not really good at that. I know the basics of Canva. I would have to learn a little more before I will be able to teach it. All of these fonts are free. However, let's look at some of the basic fonts. Let's say I want to just stay in the basic category and I want to look at this one right here. So this one says Cool Vetica. That's nice. Akira, Nexus. These are kind of bold. These are kind of boring, but you can see them. So if you look at it, it'll tell you right here if it's 100% free or if it's free for personal use only, because that is important. 100% free means I can download this font and I can put it on the shirt and I can sell it. Free for personal use only means I can download this font, but I should not be selling anything with this font on it, because personal means what? Personal. Okay. So this one right here, Roboto, that one is 100% free, but Sunflower is free for personal use only. Okay. So pay attention to that. And then you can also filter your search up here. So let's just say I want to, let me type my name again. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. If I type my name right here, and I want to see what it looks like in all these different fonts, I can go right here to more options and I can look for the ones that are 100% free and just filter my search that way. So I don't have any of just the personal use ones there. I have all of the ones that are 100% free. Okay. That makes sense? Okay. So I can, kind of go through here and see what they have, and I can, look through the different categories. I like to look at some of the old school fonts. Those are really nice. Prisma is nice. I think I've already downloaded Prisma, but so this is helpful too. Okay. All right. So now let's go to, let me stop sharing for 1 second and kind of check on you guys. Check on you guys. How y'all feeling? Maureen, that is so nice. Christina, Maureen says she will open the box with you. That is so nice. That is super nice. I wish somebody would have opened the box with me. Okay, we good? Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to download the file that I have that I'm going to be using for this tutorial. Okay. That is so nice. Y'all, there are some nice people left in this world. There are some. We don't always know where they are. We don't always know. Okay, so there we are. So this is the file that I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and download it again because I want you to see how to do it. So I'm going to click download. You can see I've already downloaded. Okay, and click download again, download. All right. And so what's happening is it is being sent to a zipped folder right here at the bottom left of my screen. So what I would do is click on that folder, and then right here where it says extract, I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me close that out. Alrighty. It's not showing up. Is it showing up? Let's see if it'll show up. It is not. It is okay. I can just change my view. Let me cancel that. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. Share. Hide. Can you see it now? This is Design Bundles. So I purchased this file from Design Bundles. So I'm clicking on download again. And I'm going to click on download again, because I want you to be able to see what happens when I click that. Printable vinyl you don't need transfer tape. Well, yes, well, you might. It depends on which one. Okay, so right here at the bottom left of my screen, I'm going to click open, and I can see that the files are here. So this is what I do. Okay, so I'm going to click extract all. Even though this right here is for a Mac, I still just extract all of it. You don't have to do it that way. That's just what I do. Now, instead of just clicking extract, what I suggest you do is save it somewhere that you will remember where it's saved. What I typically do is create a folder that is the same exact name as that file. So since that file is called Crafting is My Therapy, what I would do is click Browse. And then I have a Design Bundles folder already, right? So you see this folder right here that says Design Bundles. I might already have, see, I already have it. I'm going to create a new folder, and I want to call it Crafting is My Therapy 2, because I don't want to confuse you. So now when it's downloaded and when it's extracted, it's going to be extracted to that folder, and then I click extract. So now it's all there, right? Here's the file. I have it as an SVG, as a PNG. I have never used EPS or DXF files. I don't know how to help you with that, because that is out of my lane. So I'm not going to do anything with those. So now what I would do, let me stop sharing for a second and see how you feel. So we have our materials. We have looked at different fonts in case you're not using that. Like if you don't want to use this file, like, no, Delonda, I don't want to download that file. I'd rather just type it, because you can just type it. You don't have to use that file at all. We're going to look at both ways. Now I have the file downloaded because I am going to use the file. Now I will go to Cricut Design Space, because either way, if I'm going to type it, I already know what font I like, right? I've looked at different font options. I know I'm going to use something bold. I know I'm going to use something that's going to stand out. I know I'm going to use something that people can see without having to come up close to me, right? So on this shirt, you can see what this says if I hold it upright. You can see what this says. You can tell that this says Crafting is My Therapy. Nobody would have to come up to me and be like, what is your shirt saying? I can't tell. Like, you can see it, right? So either way, I'm ready to go to Cricut Design Space now. Okay. Upside down, that's one way. That is one way to do it. You can look at it upside down and be like, you know what? I can't tell. Okay, we're going to Cricut Design Space. I'm going to try to be great, but technology is just not my friend today. And it's not my friend a lot of days. It's just not. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go. Let me see if I go here. That's too much. Let me just go here. Okay, I can still see the comments. All right, so we're in Cricut Design Space, right? And it didn't seem to follow. I'm going to show you how to do that. Then only read your shirt. Yes, even with your glasses off. Yes, can you just say the SVG? I don't know if I understood your question, but I'm gonna go to it in 1 second. So we're in Cricut Design Space, right? This blank screen is called your canvas, right? And so with your canvas, you can customize your canvas the way you want to, right? You can have no grid lines, which is typically how I work. Sometimes I'll click in between these two zeros right here. I don't know if you can see where I'm hovering. Sometimes I will click in between these two zeros and just turn the grid lines on, because your grid lines actually match the Cricut mat. These are 1 inch marks, right? These are 1 inch apart, these marks, these lines. Okay. All right. So what I typically do is, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and upload the image. So I clicked upload. I'm going to click browse. Now I know where that file is saved. It's saved in my documents, in my design bundles folder. Remember, that folder was called Crafting is My Therapy 2. Okay, and I'm going to upload the one that looks like, that says Microsoft Edge HTML. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to click open. This is a cut file. This is considered as an SVG. Okay. Y'all show my moderator some love, because they are really helping me. Thank you, Patrice, so much. Go check out her channel, Craftable Things and Dimps Designs. They both have crafting channels. Patrice at Craftable Things, she is the queen of bling, y'all. She does all rhinestone stuff, and she knows that I'm going to be ready for rhinestones in 2035. Is that right? Is that the right year? 2035? Is that what I said? Okay. Yeah? No? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so here's the file. I'm going to click upload. I'm going to click on the file just right here. 2035, right? And then I'm going to click add to canvas. How's that 2024? Marilyn, you're making it up. I don't believe it. 2023, I'm not ready, Kristen. Kristen, you start before me. Okay, so now I have the file, and hopefully you're looking at this and you can see that the file came in like super, super big, right? It came in really big, and it came in unlocked. Look right here at the top of my screen. You can see that it is unlocked. So I want to go ahead and lock it because I want the proportions to be accurate. I want it to be a proportionate file. I don't want it to be too wide or too long or anything like that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and lock it. And then I'm going to bring the view down on my screen right here where I'm hovering at the bottom left. I'm going to bring the view down. Sometimes I bring it down to like 50% because I like to be able to see the whole thing. I want to see the whole file at one time. I don't want to be like trying to figure out what's going on. Because I know I want to keep this file this way, this is what I would do. I would just go ahead and just attach this file. because I can look and see it has multiple layers, right? If I were going to be layering this, then I probably wouldn't attach it. But because I know I'm just doing it all in one color, I do want it to be attached, okay? The next thing I would do is I would go over here to these templates. I feel like a lot of people, or enough people, do not take advantage of the templates. The templates are fantastic. They will help you with sizing, okay? So I'm going to click on this template and I'm going to scroll down and look for the shirts that I'm like the same style. These shirts that I showed you, those are classic t-shirts. I play around with this a lot. And I make a lot of mistakes, Sarah. I'll show you a shirt that I use as my my trash shirt that I just, when I do crafting and I make mistakes. Okay, so now I'm going to take the file, and I can see it's too big, right? I'm looking at my layers panel. I see that I have an exclamation point right here. Like there's like caution, not supported. The image is too large. So I know I can't go bigger than 11.5, right? So what I would do, hold on, let me go to my classic t-shirt again. At the top right here, I don't know if y'all can see it big enough, but right here it says men's short sleeve small. Well, the size that I'm using is a men's short sleeve. It's a large, and the color of it is black. Let me make sure I'm right there. The color of the shirt that I'm using is black. The color of the vinyl that I'm using, though, is green, right? So I'm going to change it to that color. Did I go too fast right there? Was that part too fast, or did y'all get that? Okay, definitely do it again. I'm just clicking undo, 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 undo. As many times as it'll let me, but I think I did it too many times. Okay. It's like not even recognizing my stuff anymore. Let me turn this t-shirt off right quick. Okay, it's not even showing. So I'm going to upload the image again because it looks like it just got lost in the sauce, and that's fine. Okay, so here's my t-shirt, right? And the t-shirt template is a men's short sleeve large, and it's black. My design is green. So if I'm clicking on the design, like I'm holding the design, I know I can change the color of it. I want to change the color to this green right here. And then what I'll do is just put it on top of the shirt, and then I'll just start to resize it until it looks good to me. Typically, and then this is just what I do. This is not like you have to do it this way. You don't. This is what works for me. Typically, with a medium shirt, I'll start right at 10 inches in width. But if it's a large, I'll start at 10.5, and I'll even go up. Like I'll like start at 10.5 on the width. See, it's unlocked again. Let me lock it. I'll start at 10.5 on the width, and I'll see, like, do I like it like that? Do I want to make any changes? Do I want it bigger? Especially since I'm using a large shirt, I know I can go bigger if I want to, right? So I can just click on my width right here, and because my proportions are locked, I can just keep clicking like up, 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 and still know that I can't go beyond that 11.5, or I will be outside of what, Cricut will allow. So let me look at 11. Now 11, that's big, but I mean, you won't be walking up on me to try to figure out what does it say. So locking locks the proportions, and unlocking, it unlocks the proportions. So let me show you what I mean. If I wanted to, like right now it's locked. Let me duplicate it so you can see. So I'm going to put one over here, and I'm going to unlock this one. So like this one is locked. If I stretch it out, my proportions are going to stay the same. It's going to stay proportionate, like kind of like in a square. But if I unlock it, this one right here, I'm going to unlock this. I can stretch it down like this. I can make it wide like this. The proportions are not going to stay intact. You see what I'm saying? I can't do this when it's locked. You see what I'm saying? Yes. No. Maybe. I hope the answer was yes. Okay. So I'm looking at this and it's, big. Now I might even unlock this because this looks a little bit wide. So if I unlock this, I know I can make it, a little bit longer. And I kind of like that. Something is happening. Okay, we're still together. Okay. All right. So I like it like this. Let me make sure it's attached. And I might, because it's a script font, I might even make sure it's welded, right? I might just want to say, you know what? I just want to have it welded. But I think it's okay. But typically what I would do, because this is a script font, is I would weld it. So I'm going to make this design with this green vinyl. Now for the other one, I'm going to just type it. Crafting is my therapy. I'm going to just grab a text box. I'm going to type crafting. Enter is my enter therapy. I'm going to do a capital T. And I'm going to change the color of it to, it was like lilac. It was like a lilac color like that. So now I'm looking at this and I can make it, bigger. Because I could do it like this, right? And I know that I don't want to use the Cricut Sans font. Now, let me say shout out to Cricut for changing the way the font looks. I really like that. I like the way they did this. So you can kind of see what the font looks like for real, for real. Let me look at this one. That doesn't look bad. But can you read that from afar, or would it look like grafting? What do y'all think about that one? So now that with welding, it changes the design to an image. I can actually contour it now, but that's a whole other thing. Well, how y'all feeling about find another one? Okay, I agree. I don't really like it either. Let's see. Let's look at almond. No, I don't like that. Let's look at baby master. That's cute. It's cute and simple. And guess what you can do? You can read it from afar. What do y'all think about this one? You like the first one? You did, Lizzie? Let me duplicate and see. Now, these are system fonts. Remember, system fonts are the ones that are on my computer. These are not Cricut fonts. I didn't even look at any of the Cricut fonts. Now, I kind of like this one, Bertha. And I'm going to show you the difference between welded and attached. So this is Bertha. Look at that. I like that. Do y'all like that? No? Miss Victoria said no. The first one? Okay, I will. What about yes to this or no? Somebody said no. Somebody said yes. Okay. No, some of the lines are too light. For this, we're right there where the I and the S go together. No? Okay, let me look at another one. Oh my goodness, that was funny. That was very funny. Let me go to of the ones I said I like was chocolate. Let's see how chocolate looks. That is so funny. Cheerful and beautiful. I like that one too. Let's look at chocolate. What about that? I like this one. Yeah. Let's look at this one. Oh my goodness, y'all made me laugh. Need some curves? Oh, Miss Victoria, that's not beginner friendly. No, y'all don't like this one? Oh my goodness. No. Let me just duplicate it again. I'll put one right here and we'll make a decision. Let me look again. Y'all are a hard crowd. Christmas? No, I don't like that one. Christmas bell. That one is not bad. Christmas cards. What about that? No, too plain. Oh Lord. Christmas moments. Oh no. Now I could change the line space. No. Christmas and Santana. What about Joseph Sophia? That's always a good one. That one is always a good one. I think y'all are going to love Joseph Sophia. Joseph Sophia came from the font and it's really good. Oh no. It's too and it doesn't have a bold option. No. Oh, maybe I look. What happened? No, it didn't. That's not even the right one. I don't even see it. Lightning? What about this? This? No tooth. Oh my goodness. Samantha? I feel like Samantha would be too fancy. First design. What was it? This one? No. Yeah, I really do like this. I don't know why y'all don't like it. The F can't be read. I can move it. I can move it. This one, the first one works. Alice, this. Was it this one though? This? Because I don't remember what the first one was. This one is an SVG. This is not, I didn't type this. I purchased that. No to the ma'am. No, ma'am. I can change the spacing. Spacing, y'all want the one that you purchased. I deleted the first one. I don't remember what it was. Let me see if I can go back to it. Y'all are a tough crowd. I'm gonna take y'all with me next time I go to a car lot. Like, no. What was this? Cricut Sands. Then we went to, that's Cricut Sands. What's this? That's still Cricut Sands. This one? The green one is a done deal. Pretend like the green one doesn't exist. There was this. This is called Alameda. I can move the F and the T. Jimmy Johnson. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what we do with this one. So now here's another little piece of advice that I do. When I'm not sure about something, I'll make a duplicate of it so I don't have to start from scratch. So like, I'm just going to duplicate this and just put it down here for a second and we'll work with this one. So now, because y'all want me to make changes to it, I'm going to ungroup it. And when you ungroup a file, it gives you each of the pieces individually. So I can click on every single letter, right? I can do that. Okay. Kristen, I don't know if they're ready because they are. This is a tough bunch. My goodness. Okay, so let me undo that right quick though, because I want to so now it's grouped, it's back grouped. Now I can change the letter space right here where I'm hovering at the top where it says letter space. I can just make it, make the letters a little bit more spaced out. I typically don't use this. Yes, SVG files can be ungrouped. Y'all, my husband is downstairs cooking. I hope y'all don't hear that. Right, I can change the letter space by making it wider right here. I typically don't do that. When I want to make my letter space, when I want to change it, I use my keyboard. I'm going to show you how to do that. I can also ungroup. Instead of just ungrouping the whole thing, I can ungroup 2 lines. So right here where it says advanced, because this looks like it's kind of too far apart, I can click on this advanced option and I can ungroup the letters, or I can ungroup the lines. So if I click ungroup 2 lines, now I have 3 individual lines, and I can use the arrow keys on my keyboard to move this up. So on this second line, I can just click the up arrow key on my keyboard and I can just move it up. Okay. That making sense? Thank you, Nani. Okay, I can do the same thing with the word therapy. I can move it up. And that way, when I'm working with the file, I can change the lines the way that I need to. And I don't have to worry about, messing up the whole design. Okay. Now, I could use my mouse, but, using your mouse is, you're depending on yourself to have a steady hand. And I already told y'all I'm a woman of a certain age and my hands are not steady like that. Okay. So let's look at crafting, and let me just ungroup this part right here. And I can, start to move these letters. And even when I'm moving letters, I still use my keys on my keyboard. That way everything still stays aligned and it's not, I don't have the N lower than the G and all that stuff. I'm using the arrow keys and I'm just moving this over because what I want to do is kind of move that T a little further from the F. I feel like it's too close. How y'all feeling about that? Oh, and I think this, let me ungroup this too. So I'm going to take this T right here and just move it over. I do feel like that T is too close also. Okay, how y'all feel about that? Now I'm looking at it and it feels like this R needs to be moved and even probably move down. Now this way does take longer. That's another reason why if you're in business, you should be paid for your service. Don't let people tell you how much your stuff should cost. I'll make this a little bit bigger so we can see it better. Okay. This is okay. That R is still kind of not, I'm using my mouse to move it. I'm not really feeling it, but I'm gonna show you something. So I kind of like the way this looks. I really do. Let me show you something and I hope you can see it very well. I'm gonna make it big on my screen. So when I'm looking at these letters, I can see that there are cut lines like right on that T and the H. And right here where this E and this R come together, I can see that there is a line. So if I were ready to click make it and I didn't do anything else to this, I was just like, okay, I'm ready. This is good to go. This would cut and it would have cut lines in it. Move the T over some, this T. This T right here, Tony. The A and the P. Move the T to the left. Should it not be touching? Maybe I'll make it so that it's like that. Or this T. This T. Okay, so let me take this whole thing right here, this T-I-N-G, and I'm just going to select just the T-I-N-G. I'm going to do that in a minute. And move it over. So to me, crafting looks like craftling. Craftling? Want me to move it up? That's kind of weird. I really feel like the F should be touching the T. Therapy looks like that. Looks like what? Craftling. We're going to talk about the lines in a minute, but I want to make sure we got the letters moved the way they need to be moved. I'm going to weld them in a minute, but I want to talk about why. Do I need to move any of the other? Should I move the ing over? Let me. Crossing the F. Should the T be moved? Up, maybe? Over? It's almost like not, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm moving it up, I'm moving it down, I'm moving it all around. It's going all the way to the top. No? We just gonna get rid of it. No, just kidding. Therapy, raise it a little, bring it close to the rest of the word. It was close. Let me hit undo. I don't know. I think it looks fine. I really do. I think it look like craftling to me. Maybe if I move the ing over, because it looks like you can't see the let me move the ing over. Let me move it over and make it. What about that? Do you like it like that? Crafting like that? Because maybe that dot on the I was making the T look like an L. Send the T to the back. Yes. Let's send the T to the back. Like that? No. No, 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 no. Y'all are so good. No, slice that y'all off the T. Slice the tail off the T. I'm going to use a different T. Move the T up and waving the ing. Move the T up. Have mercy on me. Another option to slice, just slice the T. Y'all gonna make me go to my word mark. I mean, not word mark, go to my, and I don't want to confuse beginners. I really don't. But I feel like y'all are making me do this. I don't even want to do it. My character map. Move the F down. Y'all are doing too much. What font is that? Let me see. This is the Alameda script. Let me stop sharing for a second because y'all doing too much. Y'all are doing way too much. And I don't know how I became sideways. I don't know. What'll happen if I turn this way? I'm not going to. I am not. I am not going to the character map. I was going to, but I'm not. I'm going to go. Jennifer Maker, if you are still in here, don't look. Shelby, I'm sorry. You missed my apology. Okay? I was going to go to the character map, but I feel like that is not beginner friendly. And I feel like y'all doing hashtag too much. We about to get this design put together. I'm going to weld it and we're going to love it. And if it looks like it says craftling, it does. Okay? That's it. I'm going back to being, what is they sitting sideways? Boys in the days. I don't even know how to make you. I'm still here. I'm here. I don't know why it's sideways. I don't know. Y'all need to find somebody more competent. I don't even know if I'm looking at the right camera. Here's another thing, newbies. Sometimes my eyes are mirrored, okay? Just like your vinyl should be, but we haven't gotten to that yet, okay? So I think I'm supposed to be looking right there. That's where I'm looking. I'm going back to the thing. Y'all ain't gonna have me drinking. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be drinking. Now we gotta turn this. Oh, can this right? Is this right? Are we good? Have mercy. Okay, so look, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this. Let me see if I can make the F. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go with this. I'm gonna select this whole thing, and I am going to click combine. Now I can click unite. Well, let me undo that because I'm not really, I feel like this R is just not doing the right thing. Let me move this R down some. I hope it's showing right. I hope, is the screen sideways? I hope it's not. Look, I warned y'all before you even join this live that there might be some things that happen. And look, I'm true to my word. Okay. So if you see those cut lines, good. I want you to see them. I want you to see what that looks like and the reason why I welded. So I made it big enough for you to see it. See, there's a cut line right there with the R on top of the C. There's also a cut line right here on this I and this S. There's a cut line on the R and the E. So what I'm going to do is select this whole thing and I'm going to click weld. And when I do that, those cut lines will go away. Okay. So it looks like a smoother file. I'm still not in love with that R, but we're going to go with it anyway, and we're going to just make it work. Now, let me bring my view back down because I want to make sure my design is not too big, not doing too much. I think it looks fine. It's sized at 11.08 in width, and my other one over here is sized at 10.48, and that's fine. It's okay. That one is bigger than the other. I will still go with it just like this. And if this is not the way you want yours, don't do yours like this. If you are an experienced crafter and you have questions that are not related to this project, then I'll help you at the end of this, but I want to stick to doing this for beginners. So any questions that are not specifically related to adding vinyl to a shirt, let's save those for later. And then, so I don't want the beginners to be confused. I feel like that part where we would like send it to the front, send it to that was a little bit confusing, and I don't want anybody to be overwhelmed. Okay. That makes sense. Welding does make the cut lines go away. Okay. All right. So now we are good to go. I have both of my files ready. And if I were looking at my list, I've uploaded my design. I've used the t-shirt template. I've showed you what the templates look like. Now, remember, I said I'm using a black shirt. One of my shirts is going to be black and the other one is going to be gray. If I wanted to change the color of the template, I can do that just by clicking down here in this little box. I'm not going to do that because that's not the focus of the tutorial. I'm not going to move the C, Mary. I'm going to keep it just like that. Okay. All right. So this other, this was my spare file. This was the original way. Now we could have just kept it like this, but y'all didn't like it. So I'm going to turn this one off. I could turn it off or I can just delete it. Okay. Now I'm ready to click make it. Okay. So I'm going to click make it. And then because I'm using two different colors of vinyl, I have to use two different mats. Now, some people, you know, if you are a beginner, you might only have one mat. That's perfectly fine. I shop a lot, so I have a lot of mats. I have a lot of mats, and I use them. I use all of them a lot. Okay, so with heat transfer vinyl, one thing that's important to remember is to mirror the design, okay? You can weld, well, you really weld words when it's a script font. You wouldn't have to really weld an image because if you do, it's going to change all of the colors of that image to the same color. Okay. All right. So I'm going to click mirror here because I want it to cut backwards because when I get ready to press it on my shirt, it's going to be facing the opposite direction. Now, this is what I would do at this point. What I would do is I would go ahead and turn on my heat press because especially if you have the same heat press that I have, in my opinion, it takes a while for that heat press to heat up. This is just my personal opinion. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and let it start heating up. The vinyl that I'm using is Siser. And Siser is pressed on 305 degrees. I did leave a link to that, their HTV application guide below the video in case you want to download it. I keep it here in my craft room pinned to my wall. Okay, so I'm going to mirror both my mats. I'm going to take the second mat. I'm going to mirror this one also. Okay, and now I'm going to click continue. Now it's saying, you know, a Bluetooth connection is recommended. My computer is connected to my Cricut Explorer Air 2 and to my Cricut Maker via Bluetooth. So my purple vinyl, or the lilac one, is just regular everyday iron-on, and I'll cut that one first. So I'm going to choose everyday iron-on, and it says make sure mirror is turned on and the iron-on material is face or shiny side down. So I'm going to make sure I do that, and then it said, you know, I can change my pressure. Now, I typically stick with default pressure, but if you feel like your vinyl or your what is this called? Your blade is not sharp enough, or you need more pressure, I don't think you will. But if you feel like you need more pressure, then you would choose the more option. I'm going to keep it on default, and I'm going to now I'm going to just be back on the camera. And let me see. I don't know why I don't know why it's like this. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're going to go with it anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to click, I'm going to get this loaded onto my mat. See what y'all see. Perfect. Okay. So I'm take the vinyl. I don't think this happens to you, Jennifer Maker. If this really you, I don't think this happens to you. I think this only happens to me. I don't think any of this stuff happens to other content creators. I think their lives are perfect. And this only happens to Delonda. This doesn't happen to you. And if it does, I've never seen it. It didn't happen when I was watching. Okay, so here's my mat. That's her. Y'all think it's her for real? Okay, y'all know people do stuff. Here's my mat. I'm going to take the vinyl and I'm going to put the vinyl, and it's weird that I have to see y'all like this. I'm going to put the vinyl on the mat with the shiny side facing down. So with heat transfer vinyl, you have a shiny side and you have a side that's not so shiny. So you see how that kind of looks like it's matte? I'm going to put the shiny side face down on the mat. Okay. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a minute. I don't know why my camera just decided, you know what? You're about to be in 16 by 9. Okay, fine, cool. I like being in 16 by 9. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. All right. And so what I'm going to do, I look upright to you. That's great. Y'all can hold on, y'all. Let me mute for 1 second. Okay, so I have the vinyl on the mat. What I'm just going to do is use my True Control knife and cut away the excess. And I cut on my mat. Let me see. I wish I could show y'all that. I don't know why. I don't know why stuff happened that wasn't supposed to. Let me see if I can show you from here. It doesn't. Jennifer, I don't even believe it. It doesn't. Not this kind of stuff. This is called foolery. But I do, look, whenever you have to come with a disclaimer, that should tell you something. Okay, so it's on the mat. Some people use a brayer at this point and they kind of like go over theirs. I really don't do that. And because I wouldn't do it if you weren't here with me. I'm not going to do it. I make sure the vinyl is all the way down on the mat. Now I'm going to stick it in the Cricut and I'm going to make sure it's aligned and it's ready to go. Now, one thing about putting the mat in your machine, you want to make sure, let me go to that. Let's see if we can show that. Okay, so you can see my machine right now. I'm going to put the mat in the machine, and I am going to click this flashing arrow. And then I'm going to click this flashing C. Now, because I'm using my Cricut Explore Air 2, I didn't peel anything. I didn't peel anything at all. I didn't peel anything. Now, let me say about this knob, because I'm using the Cricut Explore Air 2, I keep mine on the custom setting. I don't change it to any of these other ones. I want to be able to choose the material that I'm using from the prepare screen. So I always just keep mine right here. Okay. So now I'm going to click the flashing C that I already had, and it's going to cut it out. Now this is the one that y'all did not love. This is the one that y'all did not love. I think I'll put this on the gray shirt. Y'all can see it from back there. What I was saying, and I don't know if I said it or not, behind this machine, there's nothing. So wherever you're going to be setting your machine up, make sure you have at least 10 inches of space behind the machine. Okay. Really, Mary? But that doesn't happen every time. I feel like it happens to me every time. It doesn't make me quit. It just makes me anxious. It just makes me anxious. It just makes me very anxious. And it makes me stick to not going live because I feel like when that kind of stuff happens, it confuses people. And I don't want you to be confused. All right, so I have my heat press heating up to 305. Right now it's on 280. In my opinion, that heat press takes a long time to heat up, but I still love it. See that stand that Cricut is on? This is actually a desk. It's actually a desk that I got from Amazon, I wonder. I'll show it to you. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. Tiffany, you didn't. You didn't. Thank goodness you missed it. Kristen, what? Yeah, you must have missed it. Oh, now, Patrice, you just spoke a word right there. That is true. That's true. I didn't even think about that. Yes. Those stickers were from a free bundle from Design Bundles. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate that. Okay. So now you see it's cut out. I always like to say this in case people don't know it. What I do and what I hope you start to do is feel it, like make sure it's cut all the way through before you remove the mat from the machine. Because sometimes we'll think, oh, it cut. And then we remove the mat and then we realize, oh my goodness, it didn't cut all the way through. So one way to check that is you can just feel it, right? You can just kind of feel it and see if it did cut through. You can get a weeding tool. And I just kind of keep mine right here. These are my non-Cricut weeding tools. You can get a weeding tool and you can just kind of peel up a piece of it to see if it cut through. So let me just peel it up a little bit and see if it cut. And if you don't do this already, try to make it a habit to just check. So I can see that, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I can see that it did cut. But if I just wanted to be like, oh, I'm not sure about this, like I want to just be on the safe side, if you press the C, not the flashing arrow, but the C, just think about it, C for cut. If you press the C, it will cut your vinyl in the exact same place again if you don't remove the mat from the machine. Okay. So I try not to ever remove mine until I'm sure, because it's going to be hard to get it back in there at the exact same spot. Oh, good, Patrina. I'm glad that works for you. And I especially do that if I'm using glitter vinyl. Ooh, y'all got some fancy machines, honey. I do not have a Cameo 3. Fly to Houston. Oh, now, Keisha, I don't have a Maker 3 because the way my budget is set up, I won't have one. But I don't really feel like I want one either. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't want one. That is hilarious. She said she gonna come squat on the front lawn, just be sitting out there. Hilarious. Hilarious. How do you clean the mat when they stop being sticky? Baby wipes. I use baby wipes from Dollar Tree. Those things are perfect. Baby wipes from Dollar Tree. Maybe, I don't know, because I don't have a Maker 3 and I don't even know what the buttons look like. I honestly, Keisha, if my Maker goes out, I'm gonna be scouring the internet for another Maker because I love the original Maker. So it's just cutting it again in the exact same spot. And honestly, I probably didn't need to, but I'm just doing that to show you guys. 7 years old. Does too. Some people use lint rollers, but the lint roller I have is not good. I got it from Dollar Tree. Their lint rollers, in my opinion, are not good. They have a lot of good stuff, but the lint rollers are not. I really feel like it's cut all the way, but I'm gonna let it keep going since I already started. Now I'm 100% sure it cut all the way through, so I'm going to go ahead and unload it. Now this is where having two mats or more than one mat comes in handy, because you can be having your second mat ready already. So I have my next mat ready. I'm going to get it loaded, but I'm also going to change the cut settings. I'm not going to use everyday iron-on because this is glitter vinyl. So I'm using glitter iron-on, and sometimes I use more pressure instead of the default pressure. Y'all can see my hand right there. Hey, I use more pressure. So now I'm ready to click continue, and I'm going to let the green glitter vinyl get cut out. All right, so let me go back, just peeking in right quick, see what y'all see. Okay, so now I have this ready. I'm going to get my weeding tool, for me to do like this, and I'm going to start to weed this away. But I definitely want to do it on camera so you can see, you know, what this process looks like if you haven't weeded. I don't know if that'll confuse you. I'll just, let's see if you can see it from here. There's no reason that it's in this mode, but we're going to go with it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. What? Oh, I prefer Siser. This is Siser. Siser glitter vinyl. So let's see if I can. I'm so scared to move stuff. Okay, so now I want to just use my pen weeding tool. I'm going to start at the top. And I'm removing, this is called weeding. I'm removing all of the parts of the design that are not going to go on the shirt. So HTV is very easy to weed. In my opinion, it's much easier than adhesive vinyl, unless you use the StarCraft, which is fave. So I'm just taking it from the mat. Bless you. How did I not know that? Uh-oh. Definitely need to be careful because I cut a piece of that vinyl. So what I'm doing is taking away all the pieces, everything that is not a part of the design. So now I'm going to use the weeding tool to kind of go in between the letters. The reason why I'm pressing this first instead of the glitter vinyl is because when it's time to press the glitter vinyl, I'm going to have to increase the temperature on the heat press. Did somebody say they have a StarCraft coming tomorrow? I think I saw that somewhere in one of the comments. Whoever that is, congratulations. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I love mine. But I also love that HTV rump now for people who have that. Woo. When I say it cut, it really did cut. I love the original Cricut Maker. I haven't ever had a problem with it, ever. Not one. Not one. So when the Maker 3 came out, I didn't feel like I was missing anything because I love it. And I know I don't want to be able to cut smart materials. I'm not smart enough for smart materials. Girl, you're so crazy. Okay, so let's see if you can see that. So I took out all the pieces of the design, all the pieces of the vinyl that I'm not going to use on the design. Okay. You can see that. So, you know, it's important right here to like really look at it, pay attention to it, like take it off the mat and pick it up and turn it the right side. Oh, y'all, that double cut really cut. Hopefully I can get it from the mat. But if I can't, I'll just chalk it off to that's what happens to Delonda. Baby. Okay. All right. So, you know, I would get a good look at it, make sure I got all of those inner pieces out, that there's nothing left in there that really should not be in there. Like, it's best to turn it around and look at it. Okay. So now I'm going to get this pressed on my shirt. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to move you over to the heat press. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry. Okay. Should the lilac go on the gray shirt or the black shirt? What do y'all think? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're going to see if this is going to work. We're going to see if this is going to work. Let's see. Hi. You have faith, Judy? Thank you, Judy. You have more faith than me. Y'all, this... I don't even want to know. I don't even want to guess what might happen, what could happen. Because, baby, when I do... I'm sorry. Great? Okay. Can y'all see that? Is that good? Is that a good view? Hopefully it is. Let's say gray. Okay. So what I would do, I'm going to take the shirt and I fold it in half. Can y'all see that it's folded in half? So first is open. I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to put it on the plate and I'm going to get a crease down the middle. The purpose of getting a crease down the middle is so I don't know where to put the design, where to put the image or whatever you want to call it. And I'm removing the moisture from the shirt at the same time. Okay. That is a great question. Does every supply place offer the temperature chart? No. So Cricut vinyl is not pressed at the same temperature as Siser. So what I would suggest you do is go to their website and get their pressing guide. So I'm going to do like a 5 to 10 second pre-press on this just to get the moisture out and to get a crease. And if you buy like, this is a Paper Studio brand. This is the Hobby Lobby brand. If you open this up, they tell you what the recommended time and temperature are for this one. Okay. But I always keep this right here next to my heat press and I have it linked below this video. So it'll tell you, like, if you're using Siser Easy Weed, which is what I'm using, it'll tell me, it says cut in reverse, weed the excess, preheat the garment for, it says 2 to 3 seconds, apply the design at 305 degrees Fahrenheit. And it says, if you use, and it says medium pressure, 10 to 15 seconds, you can peel it hot or cold. But I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says if you're using an easy press, you're going to add 30 degrees. So if you were using a Cricut Easy Press instead of a big heat press like this, you wouldn't be pressing it at 305. You'll be pressing it at 335. I hope that helps and I hope that makes sense. But I keep that like pinned to my wall. All right, so now I'm going to open it up. I have a crease down the middle so I know where the middle of my design is, the middle of my shirt is. And I'm going to come down like 3 finger lengths, like three fingers from the collar. I'm gonna put the vinyl right there. And I'm gonna get my, some people fold their vinyl in half. I don't really do that, but you can. Like when my daughters are making shirts, they fold theirs in half. You can use a t-shirt guide. I also don't do that. Like an alignment tool. I don't do that. I just kind of eyeball it. I've had decent success by doing it this way. Hopefully y'all can see. Cutting in reverse is the same thing as mirroring, yes. Okay, so I have it on here. You can use parchment paper or a Teflon sheet or nothing. Like I don't have to put anything on top of this, but you can. You can. So I keep my, my little stash right here under this, in that little tray thing. I'm going to press this L5 for 15 seconds. All right, so now remember I said Siser is a hot or cold peel. What that means, hey, from Arkansas. What that means when they say hot or cold peel, that means I can go ahead and peel it. I don't have to wait for it to cool down. Now with Cricut vinyl, they do recommend that you wait until it cools down. Siser is not like that. I can just peel it right now and it's good to go. Oh, I see a piece that I missed. Y'all didn't tell me. Y'all are fired. But I'll show you how to get that off. So this is the backing. So this is trash. I see a piece that I missed in the T. That's it. Questions? Comments? Y'all see that right there? See this? I don't know if y'all can see. Let me make sure you can see it. I'll show you what to do. See that little piece right there? That's supposed to be cut out. And I didn't cut it out, so let me show you what I'm going to do. 2 printers? Well, that's a good question. Well, I needed to. I turned my heat press off because I'm going to show you how to get that piece of vinyl out. Let me show y'all right quick. In my house, I cannot have 2 heat presses plugged in at once. Jennifer Maker probably can. She probably has good electricity in her house. I don't. I don't. So if I want to use this, I have to unplug and I turn this one off. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Just put this right here for 1 second. Just for 1 second, and show you what I'm gonna do to fix that. Good, Patrina, yay! I don't press it from the back. You don't have to do that with Siser. You don't have to do that with Siser at all, which is another reason why I love them. And I've never had any problems with my vinyl coming up or anything like that. Like literally you press it one time and you are good. Y'all, we've been on here for a long time, a very long time. And I appreciate y'all sticking through it with me. This is a Cricut mini press. So I'm just let it heat up for a second. I turned the other one off. Thank you, Jane. I'm sorry about all the little snafus. I'm sorry that I'm standing upright and not wide. I don't know why I did that. But we're together. What's that song? We're all in this together. I don't want to have a violation. I can only use one heat thing at a time. Oh, yeah, see? Me too. Thank you, Mel. You blew a fuse? Yeah, we can't afford that. Like, you want to have a fuse or you want your kids to be in college? I'm going to need the kids to go to college. I'll take college for $300, Alex. Oh, Lord, I can't afford that. I cannot afford that. We cannot afford that. Okay, so because I have that little piece, right? You know, this is just so weird. So I don't know if y'all can see it, but that little piece right there, that should have been weeded out, and I missed it, and y'all didn't tell me. That little piece right there. What I'm going to do is take the heat press. I'm trying my best to make sure y'all can see it. I don't know. Can y'all see it? Hey, take the heat press. I'm going to just put it behind that little piece right there. Y'all see that? I'm behind that little piece right there. And if you don't have an easy press, you can do this with an iron. You don't have to have a little mini press for this, but this works well for this. Hold on. I got to get it in good position. And I'm going to take my weeding tool and I'm going to just lift that up. Hold on. I don't have it in good position. All right, that's better. So I just took it off by just heating the back of it. Y'all got that? Y'all got that? So now I'm unplugging this. Oh, this is not hot. It's fine. All the time. Good, Louise. Okay. We didn't. Tweezers are good. Yes, tweezers are good. Kristen, I haven't mastered the tweezers yet. I'm not even gonna lie. Have not mastered the tweezers yet. All right, so now I'm back to this because you didn't know it's possible. Good, Corinne. Is it Corinne or Corinne? Corinne. All right, so I hope I said it right. I am going to look on my guide that I linked below this video for you to check for glitter vinyl, because the next vinyl that we have is glitter vinyl. It is 320 degrees. I'm going to change the temperature on my heat press to 320 degrees. And it should be pressed at 15 to 20 seconds. I'm going to go with the 20. I'll take 20 for 300, Alex. All right, now put this back on my wall. Put this back on my wall, which is where I keep it. If somebody moves into this house after we leave, or if we ever move, they're going to have these holes. The house comes with the holes, okay? So if they ever have something to say about it. Let's see. See? You can read it. That looks good. That looks really good. Y'all didn't like it, but I like it. Y'all did not like it, but I like it. Crafting is my therapy. The heat guide is linked below the video. Now we're going to do the green, right? So we got to check to make sure. Oh, it's cut, y'all. I can promise you it's cut. So now I'm going to do the same thing I did with this one. We're coming into the home stretch. And I'm saying that coming from H-Town, where the Astros won the World Series. Y'all know about the home stretch. We're coming into the home stretch. This is ready to be weeded. So I'm going to go ahead and weed this. Remember, weeding is taking the, let's see if I do it from here. Can y'all see that? Y'all can see that. Taking the vinyl that I don't need, the unwanted parts of it. If I burn myself, y'all can just, okay? Like, you know what? I'm not built for that. This reading uses under this heat press. I'm sure I have missed a lot of questions, but I trust that my moderators are answering y'all's questions. Because they know stuff. They know stuff. If y'all are into rhinestones, go check out Craftable Things. She is literally the queen. Making with Marilyn, I don't know if she's still in here. She's really good too. Marilyn has a very I think Marilyn, are you a teacher? Somebody tell her what font this is, because we chose this font together. Somebody tell her what font this is. Was it Bertha? Was this Bertha? Alameda, I think. Making with Marilyn, she has a channel. She goes slow. She's going to help you. Y'all already know the queen, Jennifer Maker. If that's really her, you already know her. You don't have a Cricut if you don't know who that is. I'm going to look at it better this time because y'all did not help me last time. Y'all just let me have that little. It looks good. Krista said no. We put the no on Bertha. Did I miss something? Oh, she's a counselor. Oh, she's good. I bet she's so soft with the kids when they come in and say, you know what? I'm about to drop out. She'll be like, well, no, let's talk about it. That's what I bet. Did I miss anything? Dorothy, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that. Okay, I think I got it, y'all. I hope I did. So now let me get my other shirt, the black shirt. And I'm going to do the same thing I just did. I'm going to take the something weird by the E. I hope not. Right here. That's on the mat. If you're talking about that, it's on the mat. What? That's what you say, Marilyn? You say, the heck you are. I'm going to call your mother. That's what you say? That's so good, Marilyn. Because I'll be like, what you going to do if you drop out? What's next? I'll go right into fussing. That's why I wouldn't be good at it. But you got to, to thine own self be what? True. You're going to drop out or I'm going to kick you out. No, just joking. I wouldn't say that. But I would go to fussing. I would just be fussing. Okay, so now I'm going to get a pre-press. 10 seconds. I do 10 seconds. They say, what do they say? They say 2 to 3 seconds. I do 10 seconds. I'm extra like that. So I have a crease. Right there. Bam. When I tell Peter, because I'm going to tell Peter that Jennifer Maker, or somebody who says they're Jennifer Maker is using your name, that you were in my live, he going to say, girl, you lying. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not. He going to say, yes, you are. And I'm going to say, no, I'm not. Okay. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. Let me change it. Let me change it again. Let's see if that'll work. Back at that thing. Okay. So here's the glitter. This is glitter vinyl. It's so pretty. I haven't used this color. I haven't used this color. You saw it. I just opened it. All right. So I got my pre-press. So let me say, some people fold theirs in half, like to make sure like the half lines up with the crease. I don't do that. I really just eyeball it, y'all. And I come down 3 finger lengths. You can use Teflon. You can use parchment paper. You can use nothing. It is okay to not use anything. Y'all had all 3 screens. Y'all want to see me triple time. So like, let's just say I use nothing right here. Let's see what happens. I'll press it for 20 seconds. All right. So now while that's pressing, I will be like cleaning up. Got 2 seconds. All right. Siser is a what? Hot or cold peel. I don't have to wait for it to cool down. I can just peel it. And it is what? Good to go. I know. Aunt Wanda, I don't think she does collaborations. I don't know. So look. Well, if she did one, we would know if that was her for real. She'd be like, you know what, Delon, the way my schedule is set up. So anyway, look. See? That's it. Isn't that good? That's it. So I'm going to turn this heat press off because I'm finished with it. And we're going to move back over here and hope the thing don't die. Let me put it right here. Let's see if I can. That's not bad. I could stand right here. Let me see. Let me just stand right here and kind of close it out. Answer any questions. It's not glow in the dark. It's just regular. Let me see what it's called. It's called Neon. Siser Glitter Neon Green. I bought this in 2021. You don't see that? I bought that in 2021 and I never used it. That just tells me that I use too much stuff. I mean, that I buy too much stuff. Thank you, Jennifer Maker. Email her. Y'all gonna have me emailing somebody that's not real. I'm too skeptical. It worked. Okay. So we went through all the things. Let me look at my list again. If I was the list, where would I be? Hold the shirt in half, remove the back. That's it. All right. So let's review the goal. The goal was to learn how to use heat transfer vinyl to make a shirt. Did we accomplish the goal? If you send me, Jennifer Maker, I'm going to have to check on your page and see if you have a verified check. I don't know if that's really you. You believe she's real, Hillary? You believe that's her, Sassy? Elevate, go to her page. See, we've got to be sure. Did we accomplish the goal? Hopefully, if you are a new Cricut owner, you were able to follow this process and it wasn't too confusing and you weren't thrown off by all of the glitches and snafus. Because joining my live, I have said it once and I will say it 2 billion times. And I'm probably Cricut right here. Let me see if there's going to be a snafu. There's going to be something that's going to happen with the sound. Something's going to happen with the picture. The only thing that didn't happen was the dog didn't do what he does. He didn't howl today, but thank God for that. But maybe because Madison is with him. Okay, she has a check. You believe she's real? Okay, good, because I couldn't see the check. Okay, so let me say my say, and then we're gonna get off of here. Unless y'all have questions that I didn't answer that were not related to this project, because I only wanted to focus on this. I don't want the beginners to leave here confused. That would really bother me if you are a Cricut beginner and any of this was confusing to you. Okay, we started with our materials. We learned how to use wordmark. We know how to choose a font. We don't want to use any of those curly fonts that people can't see from a distance. We know how to upload a design. We know how to extract it. We know how to save it. We know how to size it. We know how to use templates. We know to mirror the design. We know to cut it. We know how to check it before we take it from the machine. We know how to weed. We know how to remove the piece of vinyl if we didn't weed it out. We know how to press it. One thing I didn't really go over is if you're not using Siser vinyl, because everybody doesn't use Siser. I prefer Siser. Oh, thank you, Craftable. Thank you, Patrice. Okay, so it's her. Thank you. Well, thank you, Jennifer Maker, for being here. That's really an honor. And I promise you, when I get off of here, I'm gonna go cry. That's going to happen. I'm going to cry because it's like an honor. It's amazing. That you would even spend time with me. Like, y'all, she got like 1 billion subscribers. She came to join me. So I appreciate that. If you're not using Siser, make sure you're following the pressing instructions from the vinyl that you're using. I use Siser and I refer to that guide every time. And that's the reason why I linked it. If you're using Cricut vinyl, refer to their pressing instructions, because I think they do like press it, then you press it from the back, all that. If you're using Paper Studio brand, theirs is a cool peel. It's not a hot peel, okay? So just all those things to take into consideration. I'm going to cry, Jennifer. You can just forget it because it's going to happen. That's it. That's it. I hope I've answered all of your questions. I appreciate you being here. I know that when somebody gives you their time, it's important. Your time is a treasure, and I appreciate your time more than I could ever put into words. I will say what I always say, and I even have it as a reminder for myself. Y'all, if you are a speed demon on the road and somebody wants to go around you because they're a faster speed demon than you, let them go. Just let them go. You don't have to be involved in any road rage. It's not worth your life. People are going through stuff. We might say, well, people are crazy. It's really might not be that they're crazy. People are going through stuff, real life stuff. They're caring for people who are ill. Like if you are someone's caregiver and you have to, take care of them, that is hard. My mom is a caregiver. But just be cautious when you're driving. If somebody wants to go around you, let them go around. I always tell you, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. Like, I know that. So my goal is to not be late, right? Because I'm going to be late. Okay. So my goal is to not be late, but it's not worth it to me to get involved in any road rage. Never. I don't wave at people. I don't be like, well, let me tell you. I don't do that. I don't give them any fingers. Some people feel like you got to give them the right finger of fellowship. No fingers. Okay. No finger, no hand, no eye, no. Just keep your eyes straight on the road, right? You're going to get to your destination, right? That's the goal. Get to your destination. Your goal is not to get into an argument with somebody, because people will take your life and keep on driving. Okay. So arrive alive, arrive late if you have to. Don't be like me, be better than me, but leave early, do all the things so you don't have to get involved in road rage. I mean that. I really do mean that. It's not worth it. Okay. I appreciate you. I thank you. I hope I answered all your questions. I hope this was valuable to you. It was valuable to me, even with the snafus. Okay. So I'm going to say goodbye. I am going to say goodbye. I hope it was helpful. Thank y'all for sticking this thing out. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. I started out horizontal. Now I'm vertical. But we made it. We made it, and the shirt doesn't say craftling. Okay. Okay. If I don't see y'all before the new year, Happy New Year. Go be nice to somebody. Go tell somebody you love them. Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.